Good evening and welcome back to White Horse Thunder World of Food. We are here with Julie Lee today. Getting ready to cook some Angus pepper. So we're starting off with some extra virgin olive oil. Going in there. And she's gonna put a lot in this time starting out. And we're at a medium-high heat, which is the best thing to do. Never want to go in at a high heat. Things can burn in that, and it's easier to go up versus down. And especially when you're cooking with olive oil and that, don't want a high heat. Doesn't cook as well, and you don't get the health benefits out of it if you cook at too high of a heat here. We just healthy dose of garlic in here. And this actually is a really quick meal to prepare, or I shouldn't say prepare, but to cook. There is some prepping to do in the beginning, like the beef, you got to marinate it. And obviously, if we're talking about pepper, there's pepper in that marinade. And now we're going to put in some ginger. You notice we use a lot of garlic and ginger in a lot of these dishes. But both garlic and ginger have really great health benefits. The ginger is always great for digestion. The garlic, obviously, the immune system. And it also helps with lowering your cholesterol. So 3 good things right there. In fact, I even, on and off throughout the day, especially like around noon, I'll cut off a piece of fresh ginger and a bulb, like a clove or half a clove of garlic, dice it up, and I chew it up and I hold it underneath my tongue for about 30 to 60 seconds after I've chewed it a little bit, and then I chew the rest of it and swallow it. There's a huge benefit, I use that word a lot, but especially with health-wise, for a lot of herbs and that you take that you hold underneath the tongue after you've chewed it a little bit, or even when you're working with like taking black seed oil or liquid silver, all these things, they're always like underneath the tongue for a little bit before you swallow, because there are a ton of capillaries underneath your tongue. All that blood and that connection to your different parts of your body are like right at the surface of the skin underneath the tongue. So it absorbs better and faster into the body. So a little bit of medical health advice there. Okay, now we're going to add in that Angus beef. And that's the thing. You want to work with beef that has been grass-fed, no antibiotics, no hormones. So whenever you're picking out the beef you're going to be cooking with, or if it's hamburger or whatever, chicken, any meats, make sure you check that it says that there's no antibiotics, no hormones, and all that. And grass-fed, always. If it's with chicken, those, the cage-free is great, okay? And it's all about being healthy. And even the taste, everything is so much better when you're working with something that's as natural as you can get it. Now we're going to add in some of the powdered chicken broth. And that was just really basically about a teaspoon thrown in there. Now we're going to add in we're going to be mixing something. A little bit of cornstarch here, coming as we're watching this start to heat up, get the steam, it's all bubbling. Now we're going to add in some vegetables, and we're talking about onions, bell peppers, and sweet grilling peppers. Okay. Hence the Angus pepper, or Angus beef pepper dish, however you want to call it. No matter how you say it, all tastes the same. It's delicious. Okay. And Again, if you're kind of coming halfway through here, we're cooking at a medium high, like at 7 today with the beef. And Julie is working on some cornstarch that she's going to be adding into this in a moment. Adding in some raw, unfiltered honey. This is, again, we use local. So if you're in Florida, it's Florida. You know, if you're in New York, you better get New York. You know, and then some red wine vinaigrette we just threw in there. It just happens to be Trader Joe brand, but Julie's liking that one a lot, so we got to go back and get some more. And I'll tell you, obviously, everyone, or most everyone, has access to Amazon. Start going out and researching, you know, for some of the ingredients of some of these things, like the Florida and that. It's amazing how, for the honey, or if you're in Texas or wherever, there's just so much honey available. Usually it's going to cost you less, unless you're heading up to like a local flea market, or I don't know why I said free market. There is no such thing. Oyster sauce we're throwing in there, or pouring in there, not really throwing in there. But a flea market, a farmer's market, okay. All good. And if the camera's jiggling a little bit on here, don't mind me. I'm just very hungry today. Remember, I have to watch this being cooked. I can't eat it till after it's done. Although that is the benefit, eating it after it's done. So, and there comes that cornstarch I've been telling you about. There we go. Okay, and again, this is 100% cornstarch, and we're using some alkaline water in there with some really great minerals. Okay, again, we're keeping it healthy for you. So, got a little Cambodian music playing in the background there as well. So I'd like to switch it up a little bit. And you can see by adding that cornstarch, you see that there's almost like a little bit of a gravy forming there, and some healthy dose of black pepper. And now we're going to cover this for a little bit, and guess what? That cover was a little bit too small for that pan, but there is a big one down there. If you go searching. Okay, so no cover.
Is it smelling good?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy.
Okay. And she's a lady of few words.
You don't take much to get done.
Yeah.
This is the fastest because it's been marinated with oyster sauce already. A little bit of oyster sauce and white pepper.
Okay.
And then a little bit of sesame oil. And it's gonna be good.
That's right.
So I'm gonna taste this, so you have to taste it.
Okay. All right. So she's gonna grab a spoon and a little bowl here, and
I like my meat like medium done. See,
like that.
gotta blow.
Yeah, that way you don't burn your tongue or your throat or your mouth. Pretty good, huh?
So good.
Okay.
With my glass of wine.
Yep. There
I'm
you
good.
go. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here
All
you go,
right.
here's
So everyone, big thank you for stopping by today. Again, this is White Horse Thunder World of Food. We are out on YouTube via the White Horse Thunder channel. And as always, we just ask you to like and subscribe us. Be safe out there and be healthy. And till next time. There you go. Look at that. Arrivederci.